guys, it's Kaylee. In today's video, I wanted to do a full coverage makeup tutorial and hair tutorial for summer. This look is very colorful, definitely outside of my comfort zone, out of my box, but I really wanted to do something different for you guys. And I do really love the way that it turned out. So I started by filling in my eyebrows with the IT Cosmetics Universal Brow Pencil. And now I am putting my primer on before the eyeshadows. This is the Pro Longwear Paint Pot from MAC. So I just picked this up at Target. It's the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette along with the one that has like more neutral colors, but this one really stood out to me and I so badly wanted to use it for a look. So to start off, I decided to pat on this beautiful fuchsia pink all over the lid with a flat brush. Then with a clean, soft, small blending brush, I just gently blended this shadow up into the crease until it was nice and blended out. So as a transitional color between the pink and the yellow that I'll be using is going to be this awesome, really bright neon orange. In the crease, directly in the crease, blended that out. And then I went through with this sparkly red shade. Now this one didn't really come off as dark as I had wanted it to. I felt like I had to keep going in over and over with it, so I ended up darkening things up a little bit more later on, which you will see. Next, you want to pick up the brightest yellow from the palette, or the brightest yellow that you have, and with a very fluffy blending brush, work this right at the very edges of the orange shadow that we had applied. So you're basically bringing this up onto your brow bone, kind of working it in as a highlight. I love the way this looks. It's almost like a sunset. So then you want to make sure to bring through a little bit more of that orange shade just to blend the two colors, the pink and the yellow, together. Now you want to take the dark purple from the palette and work this into the outer corner of your eye. What I like to do is start at the lash line because I know that's where I want the darkest color to be, and then I buff it up and outwards into the crease. I felt like this look was not complete without a shimmery eyeshadow, so I had to apply this. It's the Ofra Cosmetics highlighter in Bali. I picked it up with a flat brush and then I sprayed the product. That way it lays onto my eyelid a bit more pigmented and shimmery than usual. I started by patting this onto the center of my lids, and then with whatever was left on the brush, I worked it outwards and inwards to further blend it in. For eyeliner today, I chose to go with something on the thinner side. That way my shadows can really be, you know, accentuated and I'm not like completely covering all that beautiful work that we just did. So I created a very thin cat eyeliner pretty close to the lash line, but I did extend it out very far because I do like my really extended winged liners. It just helps to elongate the eyes. I'm using a liquid pen from Shani Cosmetics. While I was at Target the other day, I had to check out the eyelash section because if you guys don't know, I'm very, very obsessed with eyelashes. I've never tried these before, but I thought they were so beautiful, so I decided to pick them up with my NYX palette. These are Eyeler Lashes in 126. Okay, so moving on to the face, I applied my Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This is a primer and moisturizer mixed into one, so it is so good for dry skin. And I also wanted to use a little tinted moisturizer on top of that. This is from Origins. It also has SPF 40 to protect your skin from the sun. My foundation is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. This is in 2.3. Definitely one of my most favorites, my go-to, like whenever I want a full coverage look. It really does give me the full coverage I want. Very buildable, but it feels so lightweight, like I have nothing on. I had to show you guys a demonstration of me using this because I have talked about it in my favorites video, but I have not actually used it in a tutorial yet. So this is the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage Concealer in SC4. I apply the yellow shade first to cover things that I want to cover under my eyes, and then wherever I'm gonna put the brighter concealer, which I'm applying here. This is just with a tiny oval brush to the high points of my face. And each time I do this, I make sure to blend this out with my blending sponge just so that there's not too much product. And then I'm gonna go ahead and set that concealer that I put down with the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. I just used my blending sponge to do that. BH Cosmetics Cream Contour Palette. I took that darker taupe shade first with an angled kabuki brush from EcoTools, and I worked that through my jawline and also my cheekbones. And then I took a warmer shade and I really made sure to put this on the outer corners of my face, and I worked it onto my cheekbones as well, almost like as a blush. And what this does is it helps to warm up my face, but you have to make sure you blend this out so that you don't look crazy. And again, I always take my blending sponge, that one's from EcoTools, and I just pat over everything. Almost every step I do, I always pat over, and it just makes everything look flawless. As for my blush, I wanted to use something on the orangey kind of bright side, so I picked the Ofra blush in Mai Tai, and I used right after that my Ofra Cosmetics highlighter in Bali that we had used on the center of the lid. So I worked this along the high points of my cheekbone, brow bone, tip of the nose, and also straight down the middle of my nose. I like to always finish my brows with this Maybelline Shaping Powder Chalk. It's in Auburn. It's so great for you know, just making sure that they're all nice and filled in. Going back to the eyes, I am picking up that pink shade that we had used all over the lids, and I'm working that through pretty far down. I am kind of mimicking what I did on the upper lash line. It's something that I love to do, use the same shadows. So I just am bringing this from the outer corner of the lower lash line, not all the way to the inner corner, because I'm going to put something else there, which I'll show you in a second. And to darken that lash line up, I am picking up a mixture of the red and purple shade and applying that as close to the lash line as I possibly can. Then for the inner corner, brighten this whole entire look up. I feel like this really does widen your eyes, and it draws so much attention. And I love how it ties back together with the upper, like everything that we had done on the upper lid. So this is the yellow shade. I'm just applying that into the inner corner and kind of slowly working it into that pink shade, which ends up turning into a orangey transition. So you don't even have to put anything down if you don't want to, as a transition between the two. They just kind of blend in together nicely. This is the Honest Beauty Truly Lush Mascara. This is one that I know for sure never ever like smears on me throughout the day. It stays exactly where I put it, and I love that. Buxom Plump Line Lip Liner in Hush Hush just on the outer corners of my lips. And then I put on the Pixi by Pectra. This is the new, it's like a gloss, and then on the other side is a matte lipstick, but it's very light. And I used the one in Berry Tint, and I put that on, and it is so sheer. I love the way it looks, and it feels great too on the lips. Very moisturizing. I set my makeup with the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray, and that is it for the makeup look. So moving on to the hair, and I have very short hair. I'm in the process of trying to get it to grow long, but in the meantime, what I like to do is put in my extensions anytime I need length, or I'm doing a hairstyle that I'm gonna need length for. I put in a 2-clip weft right under the little section of hair that I kind of pulled up and away, so that I can give my hair more length and also volume at the same time. Otherwise my braids would be pretty sad and they would not make their way to the back of my head. I separated out 2 different sections since I wanted 2 different braids. I made them exactly the same size. I just sectioned out 3 different tiny little sections on the top of my head, and then I brought one strand over the middle and the other strand over the middle, and then I started adding hair to the sides and bringing them into the middle as I started going down. You just want to keep repeating the same process as you get all the way down to the point where you have no more hair left to grab, and then you just want to regular braid the rest of the way down and secure it with an elastic. Alright, so again for the second braid, you just want to start right behind the other one with 3 tiny small sections. Bring one side over the middle and the other side over the middle. And then again, as you start going down, you want to grab hair, add it to one section, bring it over the middle, add hair to the next section, bring it over the middle. And you want to start doing a regular braid as you have no more hair left to grab. Go ahead and secure it with an elastic. Okay, so now it's time for the fun part. You get to pull apart your braid, kind of mess it up a little bit, add some more fullness and volume. Now, you do want to make sure that your weft isn't showing, so what I like to do is just pull my 2 braids together and then pin them right in the center. That way I know for sure it definitely won't show. This step is completely optional, but I do like having more volume at the crown section of my hair. I feel like it adds to the whole bun hairstyle look when everything is just bigger and higher up there. So I just used my Denman D3 brush to build some volume and tease at the roots. Then I sectioned my hair in half, and with that bottom section I took up a tiny piece of hair and I secured it with an elastic into a little ponytail. I'm taking 2 4-clip wefts and just simply pinning them around that tiny little ponytail. And what this will do is add so much more volume and length to your bun. Then I gathered the crown section of hair together near the back of my head and I pulled some pieces in the front, tugged at the crown section just to make it come off a little bit farther from my head so it's not so flat. And I secured all my hair back into a ponytail. I loosely put my braids back as well. I just kind of positioned them first exactly where I wanted them, and then I tied them with an elastic into the ponytail. If you happen to have any tiny little pieces that are annoying you and are sticking out, all you have to do is just pin them down into the braid. Then I put my really cool bun maker on. I just pulled the ponytail through it and made sure that it was against my head. And I positioned all of my hair around the bun maker and secured it with an elastic. I took all the hair that was falling out of the bun maker and twisted it all around the bun, and then I pinned it in place. I do really like to have face framing pieces, so I just kind of pulled a few out and then I curled them with my curling wand. And that is it, besides a few other minor adjustments that I did. That completes the hair and makeup tutorial. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you try it out, please let me know how it went down in the comments below, or if you're gonna try it out. I am going to link down in the description box my giveaway that I have going on for the next month. I'm giving away so much stuff: makeup, hair, skincare, nails, all of it. So make sure you guys go check it out and enter. Other than that, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!